Well, we're going to continue this conversation on the union push we're seeing in big tech and across all industries with Chris Smalls. He's the president of the Amazon Labor Union, recently penned an op-ed in the New York Daily News about Amazon's worker conditions and its dominance on the internet. Chris, as we said, you've kind of become the poster child of this union movement this year because of that historic win that you got back in April. You just heard Ali say these negotiations take a long time, just standard 465 days. How optimistic are you that something can get done in 2023?
Well, I'm very optimistic. We are very well prepared for the long haul of this battle. We understand the odds that we have to defeat and the odds of getting a company like Amazon to come to the table. But at the same time, we're in a different point in time in history. And when it comes to organizing and with the efforts of, Amazon, Apple, Starbucks, you name it, Trader Joe's, all these workers and industries that are coming together now, corporations have no choice but to realize that this movement is not going to stop and not going to rest until we rightfully get what we rightfully deserve.
And Chris, how far apart are you on negotiations right now?
Well, at the current moment, we're waiting to be certified. We've been in court for nearly 5 months. That was a few months ago. The board has ruled in our favor. Any day that they certify us, we're going to immediately put in a bargaining order for Amazon to come to the table as soon as that happens. So we're waiting any day. I don't have a time frame, neither do my lawyers. We are being told as directed and as we receive information. So as soon as we get that certification, which can be any day this week, any day next week, we're going to file to have a bargaining order for Amazon to come to the table right away.
Chris, there's certainly been a lot of talk about organizing at Amazon warehouses, facilities, but since that historic win in April, you've had 2 unsuccessful elections. You're an independent union. I wonder how you keep the momentum going. Is there talk of you maybe doing a tie-up with other unions? What's that conversation looking like right now?
No, Amazon's been around for 28 years, so we don't look at them as unsuccessful. We look at them as growing pains. There's going to be wins and losses, and it's only a loss if you give up. Neither campaigns has suspended. They're still organizing. And we're learning things as we continue to organize. The only way we're going to get Amazon to come to the table is by taking shots and taking risks. And these happen by workers being ready to organize in their perspective facilities. So for us, whatever campaign is ready to go, the Amazon Labor Union is going to throw their support behind it, no matter what. And we think that, and we believe that, multiple efforts are going to take off this year and next year. And we know that it's going to take a collective action for Amazon to come to the table. So for us, it's never unsuccessful. These are growing pains, and we're going to continue to fight and we'll continue to grow.
Let me press the point, though, Chris, not necessarily about you giving up on organization. Nobody's expecting that. But as the Amazon Labor Union, is the thinking that you want to just operate on your own entity, that you want to just operate as an independent union? Or are there conversations of tie-ups with other unions to really increase the pressure on Amazon?
No, how can we increase the pressure on it with other unions? There was no pressure. We were the first ones to do it. I know that we're independent, and I get that established unions have a lot more money and power, but we have to start somewhere. And the way we organize, the way that our culture was created, solely ran by Amazon workers, putting workers in the driver's seat, we have a different mission, the same struggle, but a different mission. Our mission is to represent Amazon workers just like, Teamsters represent UPS drivers. So we want to grow, and we have to start somewhere. So they have to give us a chance, and workers have to take a chance with us. Understand that this is different. This is brand new. This is something that we created, but it's something special. It's something that workers have full control over, full power, being in the driver's seat and being at the negotiation table.
And we know that with other companies, say Starbucks, for example, after sort of trying the stick method, they went with the carrot method, offering some of these non-unionized stores, better benefits and things like that. Is there anything that you think Amazon is trying that would perhaps undermine your efforts, especially when you look at things like recession fears and people wondering about their jobs?
Yeah, of course. Amazon plays into rumors very well. They already put out things like, oh, they're firing 10,000 workers, then it's 20,000. And they don't really clarify where that is, but we believe and we understand that it won't be a JFK8, for example, won't be a building that's unionizing, for example, because it's illegal actually to do anything. And because we won our election, so that actually is a way of protection for us. And we understand that Amazon is going to play into, other union busting tactics, but we have to educate our members as well, and we have to educate the mass. And that's what we spent a large portion of our campaign on. And we continue to do that every day. We have to understand that workers in the working class in this time and age, they don't understand how unions operate. They don't understand the time framing of everything. And it's up to us as leaders and as organizers on the ground to make sure that we bring that bridge together, and we make sure that we have these conversations in our own neighborhood, in our own households, so that when you go to work and you talk to your coworkers and colleagues, you understand that this process is a very long process, and that if we're going to get what we want, we have to come together as people. We cannot be divided. We can't allow the company to divide us.
And as you mentioned, obviously, Amazon has changed a lot from when it first started to where it is now, and the sort of the reach that it has. What is it that you would like people to understand about why you're doing this, considering how Amazon has grown and the sort of now the work and the sort of pressure that workers are under?
Once again, Amazon's been around for 28 years, and Amazon has exploited millions of people in this country. If you think about what the percentage is of they hire and they're firing, 150% a year. You're talking about 200, 300 people losing their job every week. You're talking about people getting injured every day, a high rate of injury rates. You're talking about grievances that you never even hear about. These things happen every day. I get emails from workers all over the country. So for me, I can't stop. I can't sit here and be complacent about the malpractices of this company, knowing that I worked there myself, knowing that I went through and lived these grievances, and knowing that these workers deserve better. So my fight is their fight, no matter if I'm still employed or not. And I'm going to continue to advocate for workers' rights, no matter what industry. And for us, this is the only fight that's important right now. If Amazon gets through and gets a contract, that's going to change the whole labor market, the labor movement forever. And we're going to continue to once again organize. We're not going to stop.
We'll certainly be keeping an eye on that and the further developments that come between you and Amazon. A big thank you, Amazon Labor Union President Chris Smalls. Thank you for joining us this morning.